Good morning, Enid. It is Thursday, October 27th, broadcasting live from West O&K Garrett Boulevard or Avenue or Street or the main highway in Enid, Oklahoma. We're so glad that you joined us. Here we're broadcasting and live streaming on enidtv.org around the globe and right here on Cable 12 and 112 in Enid, Oklahoma. Thanks for joining us. Grab a cup of coffee. It's time to get up and get going, Enid. Good morning. It's time to rise and shine.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Stand by. Everyone ready. Stand by, A table. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go.
Well, it takes all of us to bring to you the live show on Thursday morning. We certainly enjoy doing so, and thank you for joining us here on this Thursday, October 27. Hold steady, just a gorgeous morning, clear. I guess the sky is blue, but it's very dark outside right now, but gorgeous stars, so it's very clear out with temperature reading of 50 degrees. High today is going to be 79, so it's going to be a gorgeous fall day, a little bit warmer than normal. And as we like to say to our friends out at Vance Air Force Base, our winds are out of the north-northeast at 4, in case they're checking the wind direction, and I'm sure that they are. So thank you for joining us here on this Thursday. Well, again, it's clear and 50 here in Enid, Oklahoma. We want to take a moment and look at some of the statewide temps that we have in case you're planning a trip across the state. If you've been to Slapout, big city of Slapout, it's 44 degrees right now, so you can see 6 degrees cooler than where we're at here in Enid. I guess that's Barr, Oklahoma. Anyway, Penn has got some great communities for us. Bacoma, I guess, in 59, way down in southeast part of the state. And that's the real green country part of the state. So you can see the temperatures vary from 40 degrees all the way to 61 degrees here in the state of Oklahoma. Again, it's going to be a gorgeous fall day, slight breeze today in 79. If you're planning for the weekend, I know college football, or Friday night football is in place, college football on Saturday, pro. Fall is in the air, a lot of pumpkin events, if you will. And you can see the temperatures for the weekend. Kind of looks like water skiing temperatures, summer temperatures. Can you believe it? For late October, and we're getting really close to November, highs will be in the mid to upper 80s and the lows in the 50s and 60s. It's unbelievably warm this time of year, but it beats scraping ice off the windshield. Okay, that's for sure. Speaking of football, my Perry Maroons got whooped last week. They were like 7-1, and they were playing Chisholm, who was undefeated, and it was not a very pretty score. But anyway, congratulations to Chisholm for their undefeated season continues on. And for the Friday Night Lights, let's look at some of the games that we have. You know, last week we had a lot of Thursday night games, so we have a lot of Friday night games here for high school football. And appreciate the notation there about senior night. The Plainsmen play their last home game against the Midwest City Bombers, come to town Friday, and kick off at 7 o'clock at Enid, at the Selby Stadium, I should say, and it is senior night, so we encourage folks to come out for that. And Pawhuska will travel to Chisholm for, again, Chisholm being undefeated, they're on a roll. So a lot of great schools, Pioneer, Pleasantville, at Wacomas, and the list goes on. So we encourage you to support your high school team and go enjoy the Friday Night Lights. Okay, well, the Thunder won last night, and to find out what happened with that game and more of the news overnight, it's time now for the Bowtie Guy with the Oklahoma Minute, Derek Silas.
Google Fiber's CEO steps down and the company halts expansion plans to Oklahoma City and 7 other metropolitan areas. Enid is still on the move. The new Academy Sports opens tomorrow to the public at 8:30 a.m. The first 150 customers who are fans of one of the social media sites will receive a mystery gift card valued between $20 and $500. And last night, Oklahoma City Thunder wins over 76ers in Philly, 103-97. And tomorrow they will play the Phoenix Suns at 7 p.m. in Oklahoma City. In sports this Saturday, OU will play the Kansas Jayhawks in Norman. OU is 5-2 and Kansas is 1-6. The game will be at 6 p.m. and air on FS1. And the OSU Cowboys will play West Virginia in Stillwater at 11 a.m. The game will air on Fox. Currently, OSU is 5-2 and the Mountaineers are 6-0. Tulsa University will play against Memphis Tigers in Tennessee at 7 p.m. Both teams are currently 5-2. And on this day in history, the New York City subway opens. Every day, 4.5 million passengers take the subway in New York. It runs 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. In 2006, the last Ford Taurus rolls off the assembly line in Hapeville, Georgia. The keys to the silver car went to 85-year-old Truett Cathy, the founder of the Chick-fil-A fast food franchise, who took it straight to the company's headquarters in Atlanta and added to an elaborate display that included 19 other cars, including one of the earliest Fords. Ford unveiled a revamped, sportier Taurus in July 2009. And that's the Oklahoma Minute. Back to you, Steve.
Who says you can't learn anything about history on Good Morning Enid? Thank you, Derek, the bow tie guy. Appreciate all that. I just love history, and I like the historical facts that's presented with the Oklahoma News. Congratulations to the Thunder for winning. I was watching the first half of the ball game on television, then I kind of went to bed early, so I was listening to it on the radio, and they were behind most of the time, and anyway, they pulled it out at the last, so congratulations on the big win. If you have photos from things happening at school, home, your church, or any activity like that, please send it to Good Morning Enid. We'd like to place those on our show. Also, if you have a birthday, send it to a picture or just the announcement of the birthday. You can send it to gme@enid.org. You see our Holsteins there, check in the mail, and they check every week. So send us a note, gme@enid.org. Well, again, there's just so many activities going on, local activities in the Enid community, and then there's also a lot of entertainment events going on in the community. And we get to welcome back Brooke. Brooke is back to keep us updated on what's going on here at the Central National Bank Center.
Good morning, Enid. Thank you for having me back this morning. And as Steve mentioned, we do have several events going on at the CMB Center. So just to round out October, we have Celtic Thunder. Now, there is somewhat of a debate between Celtic or Celtic, and as we know, the Boston Celtics go by the S sound, but we refer to the Celtic Thunder with the K sound, and that's a little bit of the Irish in it. The S sound for the Boston Celtics is more of an American term. And then, starting out in November, we have our first Friday Plaza Party. We're really excited to be participating with Main Street Enid in First Friday in November and partnering with Anheuser-Busch. They'll be doing some raffles for some Bedlam tickets and some really neat coolers, so you don't want to miss this. If you're out on First Friday, be sure to stop by from 6 to 10. And then the next night, we'll have Jay Owen House, the authentic illusionist with Dare to Believe. Tickets are available, so be sure to get your tickets if you don't have them yet. And then to round out November, we'll have the BRI Classic. Really glad to have the bull riding event here in Enid with the mutton bustin'. We do have tickets available for both Friday and Saturday night, as well as some sponsorship opportunities. So if you're interested in that, give us a call. Thank you so much, and back to you, Steve.
Very good. Thank you, Brooke. As you can tell, so many options of things to do right here in Enid. Appreciate that update. Well, real quick, let's look at the school menus before we go to our special guest today. And I think fall break was last week, so we may not have had the menus, but everybody is back in order. Pre-K all the way up to 5th grade. This is on the lunch menu for today and tomorrow. I think Friday looks just a little bit more appetizing to me, but that was just me. But anyway, you can see the options anytime you got zucchini, steamed corn, it's going to be a great day, right? Okay. But anyway, Friday looks pretty good. So that's the menu pre-K through 5. It's 7:40. Good morning, Enid. Thank you for joining us on this Thursday, October 27. November's next week, so don't blink. It's going to be here before we know it. Holding steady, 50 degrees under a clear sky. And now it's time for One-on-One with Jamara.
Welcome to One-on-One with Jamara. Our special guest this morning is Assistant Fire Marshal Mike Schatz. Mike, thank you for joining us today.
Good morning.
Good morning. We appreciate your time. Today we're going to talk about fire safety. But before we get into that, we would like to ask you, what are your main duties as Assistant Fire Marshal for the City of Enid Fire Department?
Yeah, we do fire prevention education. We do plan review for new construction. We review the documents and make sure they're meeting fire code requirements. We also do arson investigation. And I love it. It's pretty cool.
It seems that you guys are always very busy,
Yeah.
and we truly appreciate all you do for us, keeping us safe. Now, speaking about fire prevention, let's talk about how we can prevent fires at home. With all the items that we have, from candles to phone chargers to the kitchen areas, other areas, what can you tell us?
Yeah, most of the fires that we've had with like phone chargers and computers and stuff like that are with the lithium-ion batteries. Once those items are charged, it's safe to take them off of the charger. If they're overcharged, that's when we have like the battery can explode and cause a fire. Yeah, but for the main thing for your home, I would say have a smoke detector. Fire Prevention Week was a couple weeks ago, and the theme was, if your smoke detector is 10 years old, it's time to replace. So we encourage everyone to check their batteries, when the time changes, spring forward, fall back. And if they're chirping, don't take the batteries out, replace the batteries. And like I said, if they're 10 years old, it's time to replace them.
Okay. Now, going back to the phone chargers again, is there an area where you can place your phone where it might be safer? Because I've heard, some people leave it on the bed or maybe on the couch, and in there it can get hot pretty quickly.
Yeah.
So should it be like a sturdy surface?
I would place it on a hard, flat surface that's, not as easily flammable as a mattress. Set it on the counter or the table, yeah.
Okay. Now, what about in the kitchen area? What tips you can give us about preventing fires in the kitchen?
Yeah, if you're cooking, you never want to leave a cooking fire unattended. You always want to stay in there. Obviously, keep the handles turned away so little kids can't come up and, hit the handles and flip whatever you have cooking on top of them. But yeah, and if you do have a grease fire, I would recommend putting the cover on it and turning the heat off.
Okay.
Whatever you do, don't pour water on it. You'll have a fireball. So yeah, don't put water on a grease fire. That's rule number 1.
Good, that's a good tip.
Yeah.
Now, what about candles? Because nowadays, everybody loves to have a house that smells really good, and you can have more than one candle going. What's your thought on that? And also on the pluggable or the other scent items?
Right. Open flames. Everybody has candles nowadays. Just use them responsibly and don't leave them unattended. If you leave the house, make sure all your open flames are out. We've had several fires, where that were attributed to candle, either melting or falling over and catching something on fire.
Okay. And what about fire prevention at work? Because in the same manner, we can carry, or we may want to have a candle or a plug-in for the office, or maybe other items that we're not aware that can cause a fire.
Yeah, that's part of what we do in the fire marshal's office. We do code and enforcement, and we hit businesses around town and make sure that, you know, they're in compliance with the fire code. Some of the things that we look for are electrical. Quite a few fires we have are electrical in nature, so we try to discourage people from using extension cords, using surge protectors in places where they have extension cords, and no open flames in business type occupancies.
So what people can do if they want, instead of a candle, they can have maybe a spray or something different?
Yeah, they have those kind of like a humidifier mister with
Okay.
the essential oils in them. You can use those. Yeah.
Okay, okay. And now, what about fire prevention in Christmas? Everyone wants to decorate the house with nice lights, lots of them preferable, right?
Yeah.
And on the Christmas tree. What can you tell us about that?
Well, you know, if you have a Christmas tree, if it's a natural tree, just make sure you have it watered. If they get dry, they're very flammable. The incandescent bulbs are kind of getting phased out. The LED bulbs use about 7 watts per string. The incandescents are about 7 watts per bulb. So the LEDs are way more efficient. We would definitely recommend them over the incandescents. And as you're taking your lights out of the box for the year, you want to check the wires, make sure there's no sharp bends in the wire.
Okay.
Check the insulation, make sure that it's not cracked, frayed, anything like that. If it is, it's time to replace it.
Okay. And what about leaving the Christmas tree on if you're out of your house?
Yeah, we would definitely recommend that you turn your lights off when you leave the house.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know that some people put timers on them, especially on the outside ones, but if you're at home most of the time, you'll take care of that. But for the inside of the house, they're selling timers too, but you still recommend that it's better just to unplug if you're out of your house.
Yeah, because, I mean, any electrical item can malfunction, so
Yeah.
we would just, you know, try to keep it simple and unplug those items whenever you leave.
Okay. Now, if people want to know more information about fire safety, fire prevention, there's a lot of information. How can they find out more information on this topic?
They can get a hold of us at the Enid Fire Department, or, you know, if you guys are like me, I have to get on YouTube and look at a lot of stuff. So there's quite a bit of fire safety stuff online. NFPA also has fire safety material. So.
Okay, okay. Well, Mike, thank you very much for visiting with us this morning. We appreciate all the information. Again, remember the number to call is on the screen for additional information, 234-0541, or visit the Enid Department, the Fire Department website by visiting enid.org. You can find out how you can prevent fires at home and at work. Again, thank you so much for visiting with us.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching One-on-One with Jomara. Now let's watch a department head video. We have Fire Chief Joe Jackson.
Hello, I'm Chief Joe Jackson of the Enid Fire Department. The mission of the Enid Fire Department is to serve the public and to safeguard the community by preventing or minimizing the impact of emergency situations to life, environment, and property by responding to both emergency and non-emergency requests for service. If I can be of service to you, please contact me at the number provided on our website. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief Joe Jackson. We appreciate Joe and, of course, the entire staff, the Enid Fire Department, very helpful to us. And just recently, they did a CPR demonstration for us. And we have that airing on Enid Television Network. So we appreciate working with them, and also Mike Schatz to be with us today. Very helpful information. And I think it's October with the time change, as Mike was talking about, it's time for us to check our fire alarms and things of this nature. So holding steady under a clear sky, 50 degrees, very cool and fallish out this morning. High today is going to be 79, so it's going to be a gorgeous day. and slight breeze out of the northeast at 4. So it's just going to be a gorgeous Thursday afternoon, and it is that time of year, my favorite time with fall. So, well, again, the Thunder won the ball game. To find out a little bit more details, we'll bring back Derek Silas, the bow tie guy. He has the news from overnight with the Oklahoma Minute.
Google Fiber's CEO steps down and the company halts expansion plans to Oklahoma City and 7 other metropolitan areas. Enid is still on the move. The new Academy Sports opens tomorrow at 8:30 a.m., and the first 150 customers who are fans of one of the social media sites will receive a mystery gift card valued between $20 and $500. Last night, the Thunder gets a win over the 76ers in Philly. The score was Thunder 103, 76ers 97. And tomorrow they will play the Phoenix Suns at 7 p.m. in Oklahoma City. In sports this Saturday, OU will play the Kansas Jayhawks in Norman. The game will be at 6 p.m. and air on FS1. OSU will play West Virginia in Stillwater at 11 a.m. The game will air on Fox. And Tulsa University will play against the Memphis Tigers in Tennessee at 7 p.m. Both teams are currently 5-2. And on this day in history, in 1904, the New York City subway opens. Every day, 4.5 million passengers take the subway in New York. It runs 24 hours a day and 7 days a week. And in 2006, the last Ford Taurus rolls off the assembly line in Hapeville, Georgia. Ford unveiled a revamped, sportier Taurus in July 2009. And that's the Oklahoma Minute. Back to you, Steve.
Thank you, Derek. Good morning, Enid. It's 7:51 on this Thursday morning, October 27th. And if your schedule allows, you can hang around for the 8 o'clock show, which will be the interview that we had the privilege of visiting with the district attorney for Garfield County, Mike Fields. Very interesting interview. Mike is homegrown, if you will. He is from Enid. He played football at Enid High School, went on to play football at the University of Oklahoma, but he's our district attorney. And that interview is coming up at 8 o'clock this morning, so it's something to keep in mind. The 3-day forecast, if we could take a look at that. Again, it's holding steady at 50 degrees for this morning. But again, for the weekend, as you make weekend plans to get out and just, I know for us, it was a lot of yard work over the weekend. And it looks like it's going to be very conducive for that. A little warm, though. You can see Saturday is going to be around the upper 80s, 86 degrees. But again, it beats 12 degrees and a wind chill of 40 below, that's for sure. So anyway, we got some fall weather for the weekend, a little bit warmer than normal. So that we want to keep in mind. Well, it's 7:52, and again, to keep us updated on the events that are taking place, Brooke is back.
Good morning, Enid. Glad to be back with you. We have several events going on. Tomorrow, we'll have Celtic Thunder. Tomato, Celtic, Celtic. We do have the Celtic Thunder. However you say it, you want to be there. We do have tickets still available, so if you want them, we do have them. 7:30 p.m. You can come get it at the box office downtown or give us a call. So again, tomorrow, Celtic Thunder. Then to start out November, we'll have the First Friday Plaza Party. We're so excited to be participating with the Main Street Enid First Friday. That's going to be November 4th from 6 to 10 p.m. We do have a raffle for some Bedlam tickets. So if you want to be entered to win and don't have tickets for that game, come out and enter to win. And then the next day, we will have on November 5th, J. Owen House, Dare to Believe, the Authentic Illusionist. We're glad to have that event here in November. And then to round out November, we'll have the BRI Classic from November 18th and 19th, 2 nights. We'll have the Mutton Bustin' both nights, and tickets are available for that event as well. For a full list of all of our events, visit our website at cnbcenter.com. Thank you so much, and back to you, Steve.
Thank you, Brooke. Appreciate all that information to keep us updated on all the great events coming right here to Enid, Oklahoma. It's 7:54. Now let's hear a word from our city manager, Mr. Gerald Gilbert.
Hello, I'm Gerald Gilbert, the city manager for the city of Enid. The city manager is the chief executive officer appointed by and serving at the pleasure of the city council, and I am responsible for the day-to-day oversight and management of all city departments. My responsibilities include the enforcement of all laws and ordinances, coordination of all municipal programs and services, And of course, I make recommendations to the Mayor and City Council as appropriate concerning the operation, affairs, and future needs of the city. If I can be of service to you, please contact me at the number provided on our website. Thank you.
Thank you, Gerald. Appreciate that update. We'd like to remind everybody, just around the corner is November. So November 1st, our next City Commission meeting will take place. The study session gets underway at 5 o'clock, and then the council meeting begins at 6:30. And keep in mind, if you do not have cable, Suddenlink cable, you can still watch all the city council functions, the meetings, MAPC meetings as well on enidtv.org. enidtv.org. We are live streaming everything that we do on Channel 12, which is what we're live streaming right now, the Good Morning Enid show, so keep that in mind. Well, we need to find out which pet needs a home, and we're going to do that right after we see this great promo. We'll be right back.
Stray animals like this are found and brought to Enid Animal Control every day. All of these animals are in need of good homes. Please consider adopting a dog or a cat from Enid Animal Shelter. Call us at 249-4910 or come down and see us at 1200 South 10th Street.
All right. I just love that promo, and that's produced by our great group at Enid Television Network. So, good morning, Enid. Hold steady, 50 degrees. Again, it's going to warm up to be a gorgeous 79 degrees today. And at 7:56, a couple minutes. Now the special time is to introduce to you Strife. What a good looking puppy dog. This is Strife, 6-month-old, Staffordshire Terrier mix, needs to be fixed and rabies shot, but it's very loving. Strife, what a name. I'm not sure if that name fits, but I would just call it the Energizer Bunny or whatever. And a tongue that really works, so Jamara knows that for sure. So anyway, 249-4910 is the number to call. And again, 6-month-old Strife, and needs a great, probably could use a big yard with all the energy that Strife has right here. And I can see one of the weaknesses that he has is anything under the chin, he's going to just wait and let you just pet me. That's what those hands are for. Don't you know that? They are to pet me and let me to lick on you. Again, Strife, 6-month-old Staffordshire Terrier mix, needs to go to the vet to be fixed and has some rabies shots, but be good to go. And I think typically, Robin, is it right, 5 days? Strife is available to adopt in how many days?
It's 6, but he's
6.
available now.
He's available now.
Yep.
Okay, so he's good to go. Well, Strife, we're going to find you a home. And again, we'll place this on our Facebook site as well, but Strife is ready to go, 249-4910. We appreciate the number being on the screen. Share that if you know of a family that is looking for, whoop, look at those ears perk up. Heard something. Yeah. Well, Strife, we wish you well. Robin, thank you for being here today. 249-4910 is the number to call. All right, folks, Thursday, October 27th, thank you for joining us with our quickest 30 minutes of the morning. Make it a great day. Thank you for joining us on Good Morning Enid. And we look forward to seeing you next week as well. Make it a great day, everyone. Thank you.